Okay, sit, Ben, sit. There's a good boy. There's a good boy. Stay, 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 stay. Oh.
WELSH!
Hello, or as we say in Wales, never work with dogs. Today I thought I would discuss Cyfansoddeiriau, and so I will. Cyfansoddeiriau means compound word, but Cyfansoddeiriau is better than compound word, because while a compound word is not a compound word, a Cyfansoddeiriau is a Cyfansoddeiriau, and therefore it is an example of the thing that explains that it is. Now the words that compound to make Cyfansoddeiriau are cyfansawdd, which means compound, and gair, which means word, or perhaps cyfansawdd and ansoddeiriau, which means adjective. And I'm delighted by the fact that more than one words can be applicable in this situation. Delighted, I tell you! The use of Cyfansoddeiriau developed in Welsh, I would assume, due to its rich poetic tradition, because the old poets often liked to play with very strict meters that meant that there was a strict number of syllables they were allowed to use in each line, which meant they had to get creative with Cyfansoddeiriau. Pleasingly, the old poets are referred to as henfeirdd, which is an ansoddeir combining hen, which means old, and beirdd, which is poets. I am very pleased by this. My own enjoyment of Cyfansoddeiriau comes from the fact that they are so pleasing to mess around with comedically, especially if you're the sort of person, as I am, that enjoys punning. But they can be fairly difficult to get a grip of if you aren't familiar with the root words of the compound word. I understand this, and that is why I try to explain. A recent example I heard of an excellent Cyfansoddeiriau was invented by a friend of mine whose videos I would plug if he had any pluggable lovables, but he does not at this point, so I can't. The Cyfansoddeiriau is cwd lyfiwr, and that comes from cwd, which means sack, and lyfiwr, which means liquor. It refers to the people who indulge in the act of licking of sacks. Read into that what you will. Just between us, I think he's being rude, but I can't be certain about that. I thought this was a fantastic Cyfansoddeiriau because even though it could be homophobic in the wrong hands, it also has a homophonic edge because, of course, lyfiwr can mean liquor in Welsh, but if you're playing bilingually, as I am, it can also sound like lover, which means sack lover, which is a far more tender way of referring to people who do the licking of the sacks. Also, nouns in Welsh are gender specific, so a woman who licks sacks would be a cwd lyfwraig, which is also delightful. If any cwd lyfwragedd watch this video, please send your contact details to acrecomedy@gmail.com, where I'm sure one of the other dirty stinking acres would be delighted to hear from you. Certainly not me.
I'm talking about you,
dazzling
dazzling
shaven head. I think it's time to transform some of my prior vocabulary into Cyfansoddeiriau for comic effect. Here are the Cyfansoddeiriau I invented for you. Wefreiddgach. Mixing wefreiddiol and cach. It is an electrifying shit. Cnichiolchgarwch. Mixing cnichio and diolchgarwch. It is being grateful for a fuck. Cnichwain. Mixing cnichio and damwain. It is an accidental fuck. I have also written parchfwrdd, which mixes parch and bwrdd to mean respect table. I literally only just realised that means respectable, which is genuinely a pun, but that wasn't what I planned. But that works, so I'm keeping it now. As proof, there's the line I wrote. It says, I've also got a parchfwrdd, which is a respectful table, which isn't very good. Proving that I genuinely only realised that after I'd said it. When the Cyfansoddeiriau cwd lyfiwr made me aware of the word cwd, which means sack, remember, I invented the Cyfansoddeiriau cwdningen, and now that comes from cwd sack and cwningen rabbit, which means a rabbit that is like a sack. And what that means is when a man rearranges his bits in like using groinal origami or origroinami, it's so that his bits look like a rabbit. That's a cwdningen. And when a woman does it, it's called a contningen. Translate that one yourself. Please leave your own reprehensible Cyfansoddeiriau all up in the down below, because for now, I'm sorry, I'll stop. A Contningen would actually be like a Welsh translation of a rambled rabbit, probably. Now, I've cleverly drawn up a 4-point plan by here, like a Woodrow Wilson in miniature, to give you the outro. First off, I would like to say thank you very much for all the comments you put on the last videos. That made me feel very warm and special. Thank you very much. Please feel free to continue to comment at your leisure. Second point, plug the show. I'm going to continue plugging the show until it's happened. I'm going to put the link to the Facebook event in the description. If you're in the area and you've got £3 to spare, come and have a watch of the funny show that we're doing. Oh, it's going to be funny. Third, I'm going to pop up the links now. This would have already happened, but I have to say it out loud now that I've put it in the links. Links to David's video page for all the songs and to our Acre page for all the sketches. Because we do work hard. We do work hard on them. Let's not joke about it. We do work hard. And the fourth point is, there's a pretty rude topic to today's show. There's a through line of filth running through there. And so at the very end, I'd like to say, Happy Mother's Day. Because I think this will be a good test to see if my mother can hack watching all the filth from the mouth of her firstborn. Let's have a test, innit? I'll tell you next week. Or you might find out in the comment section below if she comments. Although then she'll flag up that she's my mother and you'll be able to go and subscribe to my mother's YouTube account, which would be a bit odd, I think. We'll see. Who knows what the YouTube might bring. Thanks for watching. Click on one of the links!